Huawei's budget-friendly Honor sub-brand has released the follow-up to its fiercely competitive mid-range offering, the Honor 7X. Now sporting a body constructed completely of aluminum, the 7X steps up the class a bit, adding an 18:9 near 6-inch display with minimal bezels to match. Throw in dual cameras and Honor's typically fast performance, and you have a lean, mean $200 mid-range machine. But is it enough to knock off more recognizable and similarly equipped competitors?
Looking at the 7X, you wouldn't think you're holding a $200 phone. The device is light but sturdy. Constructed from an aluminum body, the buttons feel solid in the frame, yet easily clickable. In back, the aluminum body is interrupted only by the antenna lines at the top and bottom, as well as the sensor-mounted fingerprint sensor and the dual camera setup in the top left corner. We're glad the back looks so casual, yet classy, as flipping the device over reveals a similarly handsome face. The tall 18:9 display is housed within minimal bezels, serving to further obfuscate this device's entry-level price point. It's easy to forget that you're holding a mid-range device. That is until you turn on the screen. By no means is it the worst screen we've ever seen. Color accuracy is pretty good in fact, but the tamer color saturation compared to the proliferating, vivid OLEDs will remind you what price range you're in. The size of the screen is certainly pleasing though, being one of the very few phones at this price point to feature the coveted near bezel-less design. At a resolution of 2160 by 1080, the 7X meets a pixel density of 407 pixels per inch, a respectable threshold which produces sharp content, be it text, videos, or otherwise. Unlike most 18:9 phones, the 7X doesn't auto-fit all apps, but instead uses the extra space at the bottom to fit a button for stretching content. Tapping this will set the particular app to always auto-fit, which you can also control from the settings menu. EMUI 5.1 still looks pretty iOS-y, but runs well, and offers much in the way of customization. This of course includes themes and icon layouts, but also tweaks for how notifications are displayed, as well as the composition of your nav bar. Honor has also implemented some pretty cool gestures for the fingerprint sensor, such as flicking through pictures in the gallery, pulling down the notification center, and snapping pics. Just like its performance in identity authentication, all of these gestures were responsive and useful. Altogether, these tweaks in aesthetics and functionality serve to make interacting with the 7X a more personalized and functional experience. We would like to see some better search functionalities though. As with any UI, an effective and intuitive search function helps make the interface less cumbersome and features more accessible. In terms of applications, Honor opts to use proprietary apps for just about everything except for the browser, which is Google Chrome. Additional programs include a data backup app, which can back up to your computer or an SD card, a device maintenance app, and an app to receive technical support. We have no complaints here, as we found them all to be intuitively designed and aesthetically pleasing. We also enjoyed the ability to log into multiple social media accounts via the App Twin feature. The US variant for the Honor 7X comes in only a 32GB, 3GB RAM configuration, while other markets can grab a 7X with up to 64GB of storage and 4GB RAM. Both run on the mid-range Kirin 659 SoC, and performance on our US model was quite peppy. Apps opened and switched promptly and smoothly. Transitions and animations were smooth, but gaming, while doable, won't come close to the buttery frame rates seen on higher-end devices, of course. Otherwise, users will be more than pleased with the 7X's day-to-day performance. The 7X, like the 6 before it, offers another typically high-end feature in the photo department, sporting a dual camera setup. A 16-megapixel camera is paired with a 2-megapixel that is used solely for depth information, which of course means depth of field effects. Results from this mode were alright, but the 7X could certainly do better in creating proper borders between the subject and the blurred background. Stay within the recommended 2-meter distance though, and results should be mostly pleasing. Well-lit indoor and outdoor close-ups look fantastic for such an affordable phone. Details are sharp and colors are very accurate. Unfortunately, issues with focus cropped up when taking photos with further focal points, such as images of buildings or landscapes, so employing some patience as well as manual controls is advisable. In lower light scenarios, the sensor's inability to capture adequate lighting leads to the image requiring extra time to process. During these couple seconds, you'll need to have a seriously steady and patient hand, or else face the consequence of ending up with a blurred mess, something we often faced until learning the sufficient amount of time to wait. Video captured on the Honor 7X maxes out at 1080p resolution for both the front and back cameras. Videos looked good, but image stabilization's absence was certainly felt. Otherwise, the 7X exposed scenes well. Audio recorded during videos did sound rather compressed though. Calls sounded great on the Honor 7X's earpiece, coming through intelligibly, albeit a little quieter than we'd like. The speakerphone was also quite clear, but like the earpiece could use just a bit more oomph for louder situations. The 7X seemed to have no trouble lasting through a day of regular or intensive use. Clocking in at about 8 hours on our custom battery drain test, these results line up pretty well with our impressions. Lacking USB 3.0 or any quick charge standards here, the 7X takes a creeping 2.5 hours to recharge this battery from 0 to 100%.
The Honor 7X is an easy phone to recommend. $200 gets you a solid, good-looking device with an 18:9 display and peppy performance to match. The UI is rather tired and a bit cartoonish, but delivers plenty of speed and customization in day-to-day use. As for the camera, pointing and shooting in well-lit spaces will be an absolute pleasure, but lose too much light and prepare for some issues. The 7X's biggest competitor may be the Moto G5 Plus or similar Moto variants, but you can also get a Nokia 6 or an iPhone SE for about the same price. It's a surprisingly competitive price range, and the SE might still be king, but if you crave a larger, Android-driven device, then you can't go wrong with any of these three. I'm Corey Gaskin with PhoneArena. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out PhoneArena.com for more info on all of these devices.